Peace, peace, family. You cooling with the completest. I'm with my brother Spawn Prince, and today we got great hauls of fire for y'all, man. We gonna get into this. You know, this past yesterday, as some people may know in my group and on my page, I went to the Fan Expo, met a couple people, got some got an actual comic book creator who is from Cleveland, Ohio, that I met as well. Got a signed copy of his variant issue that he has going on right now as well. So I'm gonna be talking about that. And it's been a minute since we did a Halls episode, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to see you, man, and glad to have you on the show again. I know you got some fire for us.
Man, for sure. I ain't gonna say I got too much fire, but yeah, I still be grabbing my stuff here and there.
One
I have not
thing,
slept. I have not slept on it.
I got my DC collection. You know what I'm saying? My DC collection is always gonna be there. I'm always add to it. But always have something for the DC collection. Always. So
I am a DC fanboy, people. Nothing against Marvel. And like I
I ain't
said,
even gonna lie. That's what I'll be looking forward to, though. I ain't even gonna cut.
It's a disconnect. And because people don't realize this, but I think it flip flops, kind of like almost like how the NBA and NFL do it. Like a few years back, Marvel had all the writers and artists. They had fire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
DC didn't really have none. That's why everything was flopping until they started the New 52. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then it turned around, and Marvel, for some reason, Marvel only got a select few now of writers, but they got kind of like all the artists. DC don't have any artists, but they got all the writers. So it's like it flips, man.
It's weird because it's like it's really weird because they share that 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 opposing concept. It's like they share it in almost every area of entertainment. Like even when it comes to films, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like DC does better in some areas than Marvel, and Marvel does better in some areas than DC. And it's just like that overall in company. It's like you would have thought that these motherfuckers were really owned by the same people. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way that they have this many similarities like this.
Man.
Like yin and yang.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way of putting it. Because this is my thing. The only thing I had talked to my brother about this is that he was like, if they bought each other, which one would have a better impact? Now, being the Marvel, I'm a fan of both. But I looked at Marvel. I was like, if Marvel was tomorrow, say Marvel woke up Monday morning, was like, we buying DC, and they bought DC out, and they pulled everything DC over. Marvel really don't if you threw Superman into Marvel's universe, he can't really be utilized other than going against other heavy hitters.
Right.
And Batman gonna shrink down to more of a lower tier street level. Because some of Marvel's street level people are higher than him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that wouldn't work. Not to mention Marvel with how they are now right now, all they really use is 616. They're not using their other Earths. And when they do use the other Earths, it's what if stuff. And nobody want that. Oh, what if Superman? What if Batman? Wouldn't nobody want that stuff? So that's why I told him, I was like, if DC bought Marvel, it'd be better, because then you'll get with Marvel, if Disney or whatever, you'll get those people from Marvel Studios to be able to help make some of these damn movies and TV shows a lot fucking better. Okay?
Yeah.
Then DC will be able to help Marvel with some of them animated stuff to bring some of this animation back and some of these cartoons back and put them at an animation where we want to watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're failing it. But also when it comes to books, certain characters from Marvel can be used in DC a lot better, because DC got Hell House, they got Black Label, they got regular Prime Earth, they're using Earth 3 right now, they're using Earth 2 right now. So a lot of those, Punisher can get used, Daredevil can get used, Ghost Rider can get used, all that, a lot of those, Doctor Strange, all that magical all that can go straight to Justice League Dark. Mephisto, Blackheart, Ghost Rider, all that kind of stuff could get used. And I be telling him, I told my brother that, I was like, that's just my personal opinion. The big one, not even the books and anime, but the big one is the movies. If Marvel was to help, if they was to bring somebody on board to help DC with these movies, DC would get a lot more recognition than what they deserve, other than just the books. And I know people be saying, "Oh, well, DC went in these areas." No other area really counts if it's not books and movies. And right now, it's just that's all y'all got is the books. But to some degree, Marvel is neck and neck with y'all on that. But they years ahead of y'all when it comes to the cinema.
Yeah.
And I'm a
Like yeah,
DC
that's
guy, and it's like they years ahead of them.
yeah, and it's kind of unfair because I don't. It's not. I won't. I'm not gonna say it's unfair, but it's unfortunate
Mm-hmm.
because I love DC just as much as I love Marvel, man. I mean, it just it's heartbreaking because at the end of the day, I would love to see, Hawkman, Martian Manhunter, Zatanna, more Constantine. You know what I'm saying? The show is
More
good.
Doctor Fate, more
You know what I'm
Shazam,
saying?
more Black
Doctor Fate.
Adam.
Right, right. I would love to see all of these things, you know what I'm saying? Like Marvel has given us movies plus shows plus added like the Avengers to show. You know what I'm saying? Like they unmeshed it all. But it just I don't understand how DC can't get Justice League right. It just doesn't like read to me
They
how they
they
it
should
don't
have
read.
they should have just copied Marvel. They should have copied Marvel when it came to that. They should have gave all of them individual movies first and then brought them together. They should have just copied Marvel with that. And with
Yeah.
copying Marvel, they should have gave us somebody other than maybe Darkseid or Steppenwolf. They should have did somebody else like maybe Brainiac or like
Mm-hmm.
Luthor. You know what I'm saying? Something like on those lines. Maybe a Joker. Something on those lines. They didn't use Joker because they keep fucking putting him in the damn regular Batman movies for
Yeah,
whatever
Vandal
reason. Like,
Savage or something like
yeah,
that. You know what
Savage is still
I'm
out there. You know what I'm saying?
saying?
They could have did so much other stuff. They could have did other stuff.
hmm Yeah, they
But
definitely could, and that, but but I feel like they are going to get it together. You know what I'm saying?
they
They
just
gonna get it
fired the
together.
person that's in charge, so hopefully they get it together. But even though I'm like, y'all fired her, the person that was in charge of all of that, but we still ain't y'all now. We ain't got a Superman. We ain't got a
Right.
Batman. Well, we got a Batman, but I don't
I
know what's
appreciate you, family.
good looking, good looking. I don't know what they gonna do with that Batman, man. I done watched it 3 times. I got mixed feelings about it.
They done said that it already got greenlit for a sequel.
For the
You
sequel,
know,
yeah, the sequel, yeah.
so we gonna see what happens, man. Because it's the same. Like I said before. My problem with what they are doing with Batman is like they're trying to modernize him, the whole setting and the character way too much. Like we have to understand that I get that we relate to Batman. We are humans. I get that we relate to him. But there is nothing normal about Bruce fucking Wayne. There's nothing normal about Gotham City. There's nothing normal about its villains. There's nothing about
His
anything
prison
in that
system,
area. Right,
his
nothing.
prison system, and how the
There's
motherfuckers
nothing
keep getting
right.
out.
Right. There's nothing normal about this shit. Nothing normal. So I
The
get that they
sun don't
try
never
to.
shine on that motherfucker.
Right. It's always dark. Right. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
always
Like
dark in Gotham.
like I get it, but they need
Always
to
dark
stop
in
it
Gotham.
with yeah, they got to stop it. Trying to make him as human as possible. Trying to make everything as human as possible.
If y'all
That's getting old.
if y'all read Superboy New 52 and Superboy 52, they explained that there is a bridge that is connected from Gotham to Metropolis. Why is there
hmm
sunlight in Metropolis but not in Gotham? The fuck is going on over there in Gotham where
Man,
no
listen.
sunshine gets to
I
them?
remember, man. I do remember like reading something. It was years ago. It was like at least 6 years ago or something like that. I remember reading something, but it was like a elsewhere story where Gotham was like cursed or some shit like that. It wasn't canon. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't part of continuity. But that would make the most sense on why that city is so fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It got to be cursed or something. There's got to
They
be
need
a dead wizard under the damn city or something. Like what the
and
fuck?
in order for Batman movies to become good again for me, just take it back to its comic book heritage. Just make it a comic book movie again. They trying
Mm-hmm.
to, like you said, modernize it to where y'all trying to make this shit realistic for people to relate to. And it's like, nobody lives in a city like that to be able to relate to that crap. You know what I'm saying? Criminals always breaking out. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the city gonna be depressed. Ain't no sunlight. Of course, they depressed. You know, everybody
Exactly.
sad.
Nobody getting no sunny, no
Like,
sun, no D, no vitamin D.
like even in the show Gotham, the TV show Gotham, it was dark as hell. It was like, what is it? It's
And
either,
I
if it's
feel
not
like
dark, if it's not dark, it's gloomy, and if it ain't gloomy, it's raining.
they gave us enough, content, for us to relate to by giving us Gotham. You know what I'm saying? Like we see that's the most realistic Gotham has ever been, especially on cinema. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they should have stopped with that. They should have left it with that.
We get that money is a major issue. I understand that fully, and Batman is the cash grab. I fully understand
Mm-hmm.
that, but that's where they're failing. What I'm saying is that's where they're failing at with that. The money that they're taking from that, they can put that same amount of money in it and make it a better movie if they just left it comic book oriented. Spider
Mm-hmm.
Man's last movie did well the way it did well because that was a comic book oriented movie. We got to see basically the Sinister Six against a multiverse of Spider-Man, which is something you will only technically see in the books. We never
Mm-hmm.
expected to see that on screen. But they didn't go out to make that junk to try and modernize it to make you feel like, you like these characters, you grew up with them, you're attached to them, but it didn't give you a modernized version where it was like this is everyday life in fucking, New York at the Daily Bugle and all that shit. Like, no.
Yeah, they did it more as you. They just let us into their lives. You know what I'm saying? We relate to them more just by who they were before they got their powers. That's all we need to be able to
Because
relate
of
to
the
them.
small that Gotham Industries produce. I'm from Detroit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. We got Ford, GM, and Chrysler in there. It's all type of smog and fog and all type of refineries and factories up in Michigan, and it's still
The whole
daylight.
the whole Midwest is the start
And
of the
it's,
Industrial Revolution.
you know what I'm saying, and it's still daylight. Like, that's not. Nah, I'm not using that. Like,
I
what
get
are y'all
that.
producing where it's black enough to just block out the sun year round? That Gotham is
Man,
Transylvania.
basically, like.
Gotham is like Transylvania, yo. Like,
But
no.
man, listen though, we don't got that much time this episode, so my brother is gonna start off with his unveiling of his haul.
I'm
You
not
know what
gonna
I'm
go
saying?
through every individual book. I'm just gonna show y'all what I've been reading and what I've been collecting. Um, Let me grab everything real quick, and I'm gonna start off. Boom. Starting off with, put that there. I've been reading Tom Taylor's Nightwing, full set.
Okay,
One
okay,
set issue 78 through 91 is where
I
Tom
got you,
Taylor
brother.
starts off at, and it's a phenomenal read. I haven't read Nightwing since he was the black and red when his logo was red. I haven't really messed with
Hmm.
Nightwing, but this, if you ain't reading it, Tom Taylor is making me like characters that I don't normally like. I'm not gonna lie
I'm
to y'all about
sure,
him as a writer.
I'm sure he doing a lot of pimping in those series that
We
you
not.
brought.
I'm not gonna spoil it for nobody if y'all want to read it, but yes, but I'm not gonna do no spoilers. The next
That's the
series
most
I'm
thing I
reading,
like about that, man.
next series I've been reading, and the recent pickup of it was issue 12, which came out this week, which was that
Swamp
Swamp
Thing.
Thing 1 through 12. It's a limited series, but of course y'all know y'all should have seen this coming. I just recently got caught up on this yesterday because I've been missing a few issues, but I got them bought them out yesterday. So Swamp Thing is something that I've also been reading. Another series that I've been reading and collecting was Deathstroke Incorporated. Um, Joshua Williamson did a phenomenal job. Deathstroke on this only proves that he's the type of character that needs a good writer behind him in order to be good. Because if it's not, it's trash. It'll be pure garbage. So
Hmm.
that's all this really proves to me. Um, I like Deathstroke as a character, as a concept, no more than I like Deadshot and Taskmaster and other like
Hmm.
assassin style characters.
He
But
got
they
a
need
big fan base behind him for real.
he needs a writer. He needs a writer.
Hmm.
Another series I've been reading and collecting, you already know it. is Robin, Damian Wayne. I collect Damian Wayne. This was one of the most recent issues. I do collect and read Damian Wayne as well as some of the other Robins, mostly him, but I do collect Robin. A Marvel pickup that I've been reading. I kind of broke down with this one, but Marvel
Yeah, man.
collection been reading.
Man, that Vader series is great.
I like the character. I love Vader. I love the Sith Lords and stuff. And it was really hard for me to come to terms with actually even picking this up, but I don't regret it. It's a great read. I was not expecting a Vader series to be that good. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, y'all,
and being separate from the actual like main Star Wars book, it was like how is this gonna do any good? And they make it work. So
man, listen, y'all. Anybody who haven't touched, you don't even listen. You don't even have to touch all the Star Wars runs. You don't. But listen to this. Darth Vader's Marvel run is one of the best Star Wars stories written in the past decade. And I'm not saying this. I'm not talking out my ass. This is real shit. And it's really fire, bro. It's really fire. And I'm gonna let my brother continue unveiling.
X-Men. That dude again. X-Men is one of the few Marvel teams, if not the only Marvel team that I give a damn about. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care about. I like the Defenders. I like them. I like the Annihilators and all them. But X-Men is really the mutants are the only really part of the one thing that always bring me back to the Marvel universe to some degree. I love the mutants. I love those characters. I love all the different powers. I just love everything about the mutants as a whole. So that's all of what I've been reading. Now we're going to the recent pickups. I'm gonna go kind of fast, so keep up with me. But most recent pickups was Nice House on the Lake. It's a mini series. It's still going. Great horror book. I would recommend it to anybody. Tinian is writing it. It's almost if he can't do no wrong. Nightmare Country, Sandman Universe. All right. New series supposed to be ongoing. Phenomenal. It's by Black Label. It's phenomenal. This is also written by James Tinian. Can't do
my bad, brother. I'm doing another one this Wednesday, bro. You can get on that one. This is gonna be a short one. This ain't gonna be long.
Last issue of this mini series, Robins. The last issue of that, I picked that up. That was a mini series, really good. Recent key issue, Hulk, first appearance of Titan. No spoilers or nothing like that if y'all didn't read it or not, but I'm happy this arc is over. I'm just say that much. This arc of Hulk could have been better than what it was, but I'm happy it's over and now we're going into a new one. Land of Living God still continues to be good. Is the ongoing by Aftershock. A lot of people don't read or know about Aftershock comics, but they got some good stuff going on over there with a lot of black artists and writers with independence and stuff like that. This is one of them. This is just turning out to be a really good thing. I don't think America would like it if black people were actually different, were gods. I don't think America would be able to handle that.
The world wouldn't be able to.
The world would not be able to handle that. Shadow War Alpha, new Batman Robin event. I like it. I really do. It's more of a Batman type thing because Batman. I like Batman as a character. But by far, Deathstroke and Ra's al Ghul are my two favorite antagonists when it comes to dealing with Batman. I know people are like, oh, the Joker is beating up. No, Joker's okay for me. I like Joker, but Ra's al Ghul is my favorite.
Ra's al Ghul is, he's just a good villain, man. He's just a good villain, and he's intelligent individual.
Batman 122. I no longer collect or read Batman. He is not on my pool. I did pick this up because it was a Shadow War tie-in. Nothing more. Nothing more, nothing less. Then we get to most recent stuff. That book has got to be last. Boom. Going into Batman Beyond the White Knight.
Everything that's Knight, cool.
If it says White Knight on it, I'm picking it up. If it's White Knight, I'm picking it up. Sean
Yeah, it's
Murphy's
a
White
decent
Knight
read.
universe is my favorite Batman universe. I don't need to tell y'all; it's self-explanatory. It's Tom
Dark Knight
Taylor.
of Steel.
This is the best cover that's been out for this series right now. But this series right here is just so fire.
Fire.
It's
Fire.
some Elseworld D&D type stuff. But if you ain't checking it out, go get it. Pick it up and trade if you need be. Don't matter.
It's fire,
Shadow
y'all.
War tie-in number 3, Deathstroke Incorporated. It's another Shadow War tie-in. This is the third installment to the Shadow War.
Man, he gets some of the best
Um,
illustrators, bro. Some of the best illustrators.
he do, and this was kind of a key. It was a key reveal in there. For people that didn't know, it's not following
My
Deathstroke
bad, Naga. My bad. I got you, bro. I
about
got
his
you.
son. So yeah. Shadow War Part 4 with and Robin, which was also came out this week, which was amazing. Bloodstained Teeth, new image ongoing. Number 1, Bloodstained Teeth. Long story
Mm.
short that I can give y'all is he is a vampire and humans pay him a lot of money to turn them into vampires. The vampire world does not like that idea nor that concept, so they basically went to him and was like, hey, you can't do this. If you continue to do this, then we're gonna have to eliminate you. And to prove yourself that you don't want to be eliminated, we not want you to eliminate the humans. So
That
yeah.
sounds interesting as hell.
We have demons. Snyder Capullo came back. We have demons. 3-part book.
Mm.
We have demons is what I can give y'all is basically a story of a woman. I'll give y'all a better one for those that know. I'm not because if I explain it that way, it'd be a spoiler. So I'm gonna give you this one. It is Berserk, but with a female lead.
Mm. Like old guard.
Yeah, in a
Okay.
way, yes.
Got you.
Um, I don't want to spoil none of the books because then people will go out and y'all won't buy it. Y'all already know, you know what I'm saying? Go buy the book. Gunslinger Spawn, of course, y'all know I had to pick that up. I do have the variant. I
Oh, shit.
already think I packed the variant away in
Sorry,
the
folks.
box.
Okay.
But for y'all that didn't see that one, yes, Gunslinger Spawn
Man, why his covers
number
always look
7.
so dope?
I knew you were gonna say that. So let me grab the variant real quick.
Covers always look dope as fuck. Spawn, y'all. Spawn covers, man. It's always his covers always
And
fire.
I got the variant for the Gunslinger as well.
Ugh. Ugh. That look
So
fire. I love that cover.
yeah, you should. You
Go
should.
ahead and go ahead if you know what I'm saying, you feel that Gunslinger is starting to become boring, you give us your reasoning in the comments. I would love to hear it. Hear your
It's beginning
reason.
to get boring. I think it's beginning to get boring. That and King Spawn are beginning to get boring for people because I don't think they're going at the pace that y'all want, and I don't think they're tying it into anything related to the regular Spawn series yet. But give it time. It'll get there. What is this wet stuff on my book? Oh no. Damn
Oh
it.
shit.
It's okay. Rogue Sun, part of Radiant Black universe.
Mm-hmm.
Self-explanatory. Very fire series.
Bruh,
I like the
bruh,
art.
that
I like the
Radiant Red was
story.
good.
I don't have anything bad to say about that. I like the Radiant universe. It feels like Invincible. It's starting to feel like Invincible.
Yeah. A lot of it got that invincible,
Elements
style
to
to it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. X-Men 10. This was 10. Yep, 10. I picked this up. The Deathstrike came back. So of course I had to pick that one up.
Mm.
Y'all know where I stand at on this. It was y'all. I stood on it with the movies. Y'all know who I stand on, but I picked up this simply because it was Ghidorah. I couldn't kind of pass on a Godzilla Ghidorah book.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Godzilla is
like,
always gonna be a fire
like
ass comic.
if it was Godzilla probably versus anybody else, I probably could have passed. Like if it was Rodan or Giga or somebody like it's like whatever. But it's Ghidorah. You don't pass on Godzilla when he fighting Ghidorah. That's like passing on Batman and Joker, Spider Man and Venom. I'm gonna pass on God Gyrodora. And then the big books, the four big ones. Saga.
Saga.
Uh,
I
read
can't
it,
wait until
people.
they adapt that shit.
Read it,
I can't
people.
wait until they adapt
Just,
that.
just
They gonna come out with a
go,
movie or a show.
go read Saga. Stop wasting y'all damn time. If y'all don't read nothing else by Image, read Saga. If I'm dead serious. If you don't read Spawn, if you don't read anything else by Image, read Saga. Walking Dead, Invincible, Road, Radiant Black, Spawn, all that can go. You can throw all that in the trash. Read Saga. I haven't been disappointed with that yet.
No, I never haven't. Me neither.
X-Men is getting love today. X-Men always get love with me, man. I show love to the X-Men a lot.
Hey, I ain't gonna cap. I don't post a lot of X-Men, but maybe I should because it has been getting a lot of buzz, especially for the last 3 runs. Something Killing the Children,
Self-explanatory.
fire ass horror thriller action comic.
If you don't read nothing by Boom Studios, read this. If you don't have nothing else over there going on in Boom, pick that up. The Marvel
My
key
nigga.
book, the big boy, the hefty boy.
I was about to
We
say that look thick.
got to say goodbye to the All Father and usher in the new All Father. This was a good book. It was a funeral book, but it was a great story, and you get Beta Ray Bill's origin in here, people. So, good one. And then the
Good
last
shit.
big
Good
book
shit, bro.
of the week, y'all know what it is. I don't have to tell y'all what it is. Everybody should know because we're getting ready to go into this damn new event with DC.
Death of Justice League. Good shit, bro. Fire ass read right there.
This was a fire read. Y'all know I'm gonna pick up anything that got to do with the DC multiverse. I'm a DC multiverse fucking stan. I hate their multiverse, but I love their multiverse, and I'm going to pick up
Yeah.
everything that has to do with their multiverse. I'm not gonna lie. But this
Love hate.
issue right here, with the first appearance of a quote unquote villain team that they had in this motherfucker here, was like, damn. And yeah, they all died. As the book suggests, they're all dead. So we got to see what's going on now with the Dark Crisis getting ready to come up. Joshua Williams and James Tinian, they can't do no wrong with their writing right now. That's just my honest opinion. They are writing everything for DC, and they are killing it. And besides they are killing it. Besides that actually is everything for me. Every series, everything. Well, that ain't every series, but that's a key chunk of all the series that I am currently reading and collecting.
A round of applause for my brother Spawn Prince, ladies and gentlemen, for that unveiling. Much
Thank you.
appreciated, brother. Much appreciated, brother. Well,
Always.
like I told you in the beginning of the show, man, this haul, it isn't big. It ain't big. But I definitely feel like a lot of people, a lot of the followers will definitely appreciate this. So from Source Point Press, it's been hot. Been hot the past 2020, 2021. Got Good Boy. Good Boy. Now, for all who don't know, we talked about this on the show before. Good Boy is basically Good Boy. It's a turnaround series. So instead of instead of John Wick's dog dying, John Wick dies and his dog ends up avenging him and his family's name and things like that. And honestly, it's one of those series that from the first series until the end of it, the illustration progresses. You know what I'm saying? And the story is basically standard, if you've seen John Wick, but at the end of the day, comic book form, it's a sight to read. It's entertaining, but that's
Man,
it. I got 3 covers, Good Boy.
for y'all that don't know, um, the end of this month, the second installment of Good Boy comes out. Good Boy 2 um, starts up the end of this month. So,
And
of
they
course, I'm
coming
gonna pick
out.
it up.
The same comic book company is coming out with a series called Little Ronin as well. They have a preview series that just came out, and it looks dope. It looks bloody and gory. Main protagonist is a girl, a little girl, and it looks entertaining. Can't wait for that as well. Thank you for bringing that up. But in my completest group, I posted this in about 2020. They had dropped this, but Deadpool Samurai manga. This was very entertaining to read. I loved it. And I had to add it to my manga collection. You know what I'm saying? Marvel has a few. They have actually quite a few manga series out in the world. You know, they DC does too. DC has a Wonder Woman manga, a Superman and Batman manga. There's a Batman and Family webtoon. There's Zelda mangas. You know, there's they did a Star Wars manga called Luke Skywalker. You know, they got a bunch of little mangas out there, y'all. So try to keep an eye out for those as well. Like I said, this is Deadpool Samurai. He's still hilarious. It's still action packed. It's just in manga form.
Okay, that's what I was hoping for. I was like, is it a change of character or they just put him in manga?
Yeah, it's basically like his fourth dimensional self just going, into a different world, you know what I'm saying?
I remember they did that with that for his fourth dimensional self with the whole after he killed the Marvel Universe, then they went Deadpool kills Deadpool and Deadpool kills Illustrated, and it was like he was in the Moby Dick story, and it was like okay, like
Yeah, dude can go basically wherever he wants to at this point. But everybody knows that I'm a huge Starship Trooper fan. I have the first volume of their comic in my collection. I had to grab volume 1 of Starship Troopers, Blaze of Glory. You know what I'm saying? Had to cop that.
I am a Trooper fan. I didn't know Starship Trooper comics existed.
Man, they got a lot of them,
Who
dog.
was
Like
who was the publisher?
the publisher is hold on. Marcosia Publishing.
I
That's what
didn't
it's
know
saying
they
on here.
existed.
Yep, Marcosia.com, Marcosia Publishing. Hold on, this is the first.
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm not gonna hold you up.
Yeah,
Let's
man,
take
this
a
is the
look.
first. This is the first cover from the first movie, first volume.
I've seen all of the Starship Trooper movies, including like the little 3D animated ones and all of that. Man, I love Starship Troopers.
Man, Starship Troopers is greatness. Starship
That is
Troopers.
a. How can you not like giant bugs at war with humanity, yo? Like as the sci-fi geek in you should just love that concept, like giant bugs. Like a
Rico's
few years
Roughnecks.
ago, when sci-fi did that whole giant bug marathon, I was there for it. I was like, oh, eight-legged freaks,
Eight-legged
arachnids,
freaks. Right, man. Come
Starship
on, dog.
Troopers. And like, man, you got to be there for it, man. How can
You
y'all
can't
not
go
like that?
wrong. You can't go
How
wrong.
can y'all? You can't go wrong, man. Giant bugs is just a hit when it comes to sci-fi.
All right, but
Giant bugs is just a hit.
my next addition to the collection is a series created by Avatar Comics. A series created by Avatar Comics. This series is called God is Dead. I also discussed this in the completest group as well. Anybody who is big or love mythology or apocalypse setting stories, this is the type of story that you want to read. Just like the title suggests, God is dead. So now all the pantheons of the world are laying claim or trying to lay claim to the planet.
When you say apocalyptic, you mean like end of the world apocalyptic? Like we talking about
Yeah,
like some
like
old like
yeah,
post
like the
apocalyptic stuff
world.
like Fist of the North Star.
It's like no, it basically it's to that point. It's a bunch of lives are
Okay.
being lost because now the world is at war. The world is at war with the gods, and you know, like the gods, you know, are having worshipers. You know what I'm saying? So now they got to worry about the worshipers. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of scenario. And now science, you know, is a big help in this story, you know what I'm saying, for the people who are, you know what I'm saying, trying to win this war. You know
I
what I
always
mean?
saw that. I always saw that book, and I saw it was written by Jonathan Hickman, which was all what sparked my interest in the book.
Yeah.
But I never picked it up because I'm a huge post apocalyptic fan, but I never picked it up knowing that it was anything post apocalyptic. Um,
Yeah, man.
I
It's like
I
I wouldn't even say post apocalyptic. It's like happening right now. Like
ah,
everything, the war is happening, you feel me? So it's not really
it's not
apocalyptic.
there
It's not
yet.
it's not post apocalyptic yet. It's apocalyptic. Like it's Armageddon. Everybody is at war. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay, okay.
And
I might look
um
into it. I might look into that. That piques my interest. Might pick that up as a in trade format.
yeah, the last but not least, you know, you know, this is written by, I mean, this is published by Dynamite, you know, and this is Will Eisner's, you know, The Spirit. Got it in hardcover form.
Here you go.
Yeah, man.
There you go
You
with your
know,
dynamite characters.
everybody who's seen the movie, you know what I'm saying, you know, basically that was directed by Frank Miller. It's a good story. It's a decent story at that. You know, and that's really all I got from my hauls,
Jordan
man.
Jordan is gonna shower y'all with valiant characters, Spirit, the Phantom,
Man, listen,
Zorro. He
I'm
gonna
waiting.
shower y'all with them characters.
It's funny that you mentioned the Phantom, bro. I'm waiting on the Phantom to come, man. I'm waiting for my
He
comics to come. I'm waiting
he
for
gonna he gonna shower y'all with them characters. I know some of y'all looking at it like, man, he like those old golden age cheesy heroes. It's no different than us that like Godzilla, to be honest with you.
Real shit.
And for those like people that grew up reading like Dick Tracy and stuff like that, like that's some Dick Tracy. You got to think about it. Spirit, Dick Tracy, and Phantom. They inspired the characters like Rorschach, Constantine,
Mm-hmm.
and the
The
Question, and all that.
question.
They
Mm-hmm.
were inspired by those characters. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like almost every character to some degree that's can consist themselves of as a swordsman to a small portion. Somebody brought up Zorro when the conversation was coming about with the
Yeah.
swag and being able to use a sword and all this, that, and the other. And
Zorro is my next. He gonna be on the next episode.
they
You
they
know.
gonna bring that up. It's no different than samurais, Lone Wolf and Cub, and all the samurai stuff that they take that inspiration from when they add swords with like Deadpool and
Yeah.
Taskmaster and all of that. That stuff is makes Usagi Yojimbo. You know,
Man, they speaking of Usagi, man, they just dropped the TV series on Netflix, man. I'm definitely about to watch that shit.
I'm about to
But
watch
man,
that.
yeah, man, but my we out of time, man. My computer is about to be out of here. We just did this perfectly. Our timing was perfect. Man, thank you,
Hmm.
brother, for doing this with me, man. We're gonna do this again soon, bro. We these
Always,
height.
always.
I know that sometimes these hiatuses can be kind of lengthy, but man, we're gonna get it together, man, and get it
Oh no, man!
real schedule.
You give me time to get this the content ready for you. So always appreciate it.
Definitely, brother. Definitely. And thank y'all for watching, man, and being tuned in to me and my brother Spawn Prince. Y'all, you know you've been cooling with the completists. Remember to love yourself, love your family, and don't let shit stress you out, man. Don't let don't stress out about the shit you can't control. There's no point in it. You know, but love yourself and love your family. And please, man, we'll see y'all soon. And thank you, brother.
Always.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Peace, y'all.